What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Battle Spot Live. This is episode number 44, and today we are bringing a brand spanking new team. Hopefully I can get through this whole recording because there's been a lot of storms in my area lately. It seems like every day there's another storm popping up, but it's been causing some internet issues for me, and I've tried to record this episode twice already. This is the third try. I've DC'd every time. And I actually tried twice during each of those episodes too. I just reconnected, and yeah, so that's 4 times that I failed, unfortunately. But yeah, well, I should probably go over the team instead of talking about that. We have our Assault Vest Snorlax here. It's packing Body Slam and Facade in case we get burned by those Rotom washes. And then, of course, I am packing the EQ as well. Ninjask, that's going to be a choice banded variant with Infiltrator because Ninjask is already really fast. You don't really need the speed boost. So, yeah, I'm running Adamant though, so I won't be outspeeding things like Mega Beedrill and stuff, but it's pretty rare on Battle Spot anyway, so that is that. Then we have Mega Medicham. I could not get the words out for some reason. It's kind of a weird set. It's packing the Fake Out and Substitute, and then, you know, that allows us to evade Will-O-Wisp from things like Rotom Wash, of course, and then 2 stab moves in a Drain Punch and Psycho Cut. No high jump kick. I used to have high jump kick on a Mega Medicham, and I missed like 4 in a row or something absurd, and I was like, nope, we're not doing that right now. So I don't know. High jump kick might be better, but it, you know, Drain Punch works well with the substitute and all that stuff. Then we have Choice Specs Delphox, physically defensive, Cofagrigus with a Rocky Helmet making its return. I've used that, this particular one a lot on Battle Spot, but it's just so good for Mega Kangaskhan and Talonflames and things like that. And then last but not least, we have a very standard Focus Sash, Cloyster with Shell Smash, and you know, it is mixed. There's that. It doesn't have Ice Shard. It has Hydro Pump instead. I think Hydro Pump is way better. If you're boosting your speed up to +2, I don't really think that you need priority, but that's just my opinion. Ice Shard, I guess, could work to, you know, I don't know, bypass other priority users if they're already weakened. But Rayloy, oh, Roman, he just gave us a nice down on the bottom screen if you caught that. So apparently this battle is going to be blessed by the Hax Gods. Not even bad. So we have Murkrow leading off here. This is probably going to be a prankster user of some kind. Not probably, it is a prankster user. But it's probably going to go for T-Wave. So I'm going to switch in Snorlax because that's the only thing on my team that doesn't care about getting paralyzed. Oh, he's actually going to go for the foul play, so never mind. Never mind. And he gets a critical hit, which is really unfortunate because now I think it might be a damage roll on whether or not he can take me out after that. Please live this. Please live this. Thank you. Good job, Snorlax. So we get a Body Slam off. This thing's probably Eviolite, though, so it's not going to go down. But that does do a lot of damage. Wait. Oh, he's lefties. Okay, he's not Eviolite. Wow, he still lived that? That's kind of crazy. But we unfortunately don't get the paralysis on the Body Slam. And he's going to be able to finish us off with a foul play. I think even paralyzed Murkrow is faster than Snorlax, and I don't have any speed investment anyway because I'm a Snorlax. So there's that. He does get some lefties recovery. I don't know why he has lefties and not the Eviolite, unless he's like, oh, you know what? I know what this set is. It's Substitute Swagger, and he's going to swagger me right now, most likely. And there's really not much I can do about it. I mean, I guess I'd rather be swaggered than T-Waved because I can switch out with U-Turn and kill this thing. So if you want to sub-swagger, that's absolutely fine as long as I break through once because substituting is not going to save you. I am Infiltrator. We'll see if he recognizes that as he does go for the swagger here as anticipated. It's a shame though because his team looks so cool. Like he's got Meganium and Arbok on there and Murkrow, and then you go and use it for silly shenanigans like swagger. Unfortunately, Ninjask is going to hit itself with Confusion, and that does like 60%. Actually, a little more than that. We're like almost 70%. That's crazy. That's crazy. So now I have to go for U-Turn again, and hopefully we break through this time. Otherwise, I think we just lose this battle. He does not realize that I have Infiltrator. Did not catch that I did not have Speed Boost there. Come on, breakthrough, breakthrough. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, you're dead. I don't care about your stupid little play Murkrow doll impersonator thingamajiggy. Yeah, you're just going down. Get out of here, Murkrow, and your stupid swagger nonsense. Yeah, I'm a little bit salty. Even though it didn't give me that much trouble, I still am just a little salty. I get salty immediately whenever I see Swagger. It's like that and Confuse Ray and a couple of other things. There's like a handful of things that instantly get under my skin a little bit, I guess. I don't know. But at the same time, they're also my favorite things to beat. So it's kind of like a love-hate relationship. So we have Ampharos coming out here. This is going to be Mega, obviously. And I am going to hit it with a Psyshock. I'm pretty sure, even though as bulky as, Mega Ampharos is, I'm pretty sure that Psyshock from Choice Specs Delphox is going to be a 2-hit KO. And I do not believe that a Thunderbolt will be enough to OHKO me, because Delphox actually has pretty decent special defense. So we'll see here. We shall see. If I had Snorlax relatively healthy, that would be fantastic, but I do not. So, yeah, he's just going to go for the Thunderbolt, and that does a lot of damage, like 75%, but Psyshock is a solid 2-hit KO. I think even if we get a lower damage roll here, we will still be safe. We'd have to get really, really low rolled here to not pick up the KO. So, Amphy's going to go down in 2 hits. That doesn't happen too often. It's not very often that you see Mega Ampharos going down in 2 neutral hits. But Choice Specs Delphox's power. So, Quagsire is going to be the last remaining Pokemon, which means I'm going to have to Grass Knot this, and so to do that, because I'm locked into Psyshock, I need to sacrifice Ninjask here, so I'm going to just switch it in as my opponent goes for the Earthquake, even though I have a Ninjask. I don't know why. Maybe he doesn't have a Water-type move? I mean, Waterfall would have killed both of my remaining Pokemon, but okay. I'll just go for Aerial Ace, since that is my most powerful move to go for, and I don't want a U-turn, obviously. So we're going to get hurt by the Rocky Helmet from this Quagsire, and it's going to hit us up with an Ice Punch. Ice Punch, okay. I'm guessing that's there specifically for things like Salamence and Dragonite and Garchomp and all those Pokemon that are 4 times weak to Ice that are everywhere on Battle Spot. But now we can just go right back into our Delphox and fire off a Grass Knot, and there's no way that this thing is going to be able to take it. The Rocky Helmet almost takes us out, but not quite. We are going to survive with 11 HP, and that's going to be the end of Quagsire and the end of this battle. I think our record coming into this this episode was like 79 and something. 79 and 13, maybe? I want to say it was 13. I'm not positive, so I don't want to speak on that. It could be something like 16. I feel like we lost a couple of battles recently, but that may have been inverse that I was thinking of, and now I'm getting those confused. Yeah, I don't know. I know that we have 80 wins now, though, after that victory, so that's all I can say. So let's go ahead and find another battle, because that was only about 8 minutes or so. We can probably look for 3 today, depending on how quickly this next one goes. Zek from Mexico. Okay, that's not Japan, so I'll take it. I will definitely take it. He's got a pretty cool team here. It's looking like... maybe that Venusaur is not Mega? Or he has 2 Megas, which is also very possible. The Charizard looks like it's going to be Y, but I'm not positive. He's got Shuckle, which is interesting. Lapras, Electivire, and Malamar. All very interesting Pokemon that you don't see a whole lot on Battle Spot. Well, I guess not Charizard and Venusaur, but the other guys, they're pretty cool. So... people that have Malamar on their team, they tend to lead off and try to just sweep you with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead off with Ninjask, because he doesn't have much that wants to switch in on that other than Charizard. And if he leads with Charizard, I have Snorlax, so I can just U-turn right into Snorlax, and I should be able to handle it. So that's the plan, and then we're also bringing Cloyster, because Cloyster has some, sweeping potential, and sweeping potential is good. So we can, potentially set up a Shell Smash and then sweep his entire team. He doesn't really have anything that can handle Cloyster from what I saw, other than maybe like Shuckle or something, but if I get up to +2, a Hydro Pump is going to hurt. So that is that. He is going to actually lead off with the Malamar. I was half expecting him to not do that, actually. I was half expecting the Charizard, but this is fine too, because I get a free U-turn off, and if he leaves this thing in, it is dead as anything that is not alive, basically, sort of, kind of. So yeah, he just leaves it in, and Malamar is gone. That is a critical hit. It is completely meaningless because as Choice Banded Ninjask, it's stab, U-turn, and it's a 4-time super effective move. So yeah, there's no way that Malamar is taking that. So now we get to switch something in for free, and I'm going to opt for Cloyster here because we can keep our Focus Sash intact and not have to worry about, you know, taking unnecessary damage on Snorlax because we might need it to be healthy. So that is the plan. That is the plan indeed. That was a good first turn, as my opponent is going to go out into his Electivire next. And now this could have Quick Attack. It does learn Quick Attack. Nobody runs it. I do every once in a while. I have a few Electivire sets that have Quick Attack just because that extra priority is super helpful. Because Electivire only hits, what, base 95 speed, which really is not that fast. And its defenses aren't the greatest. So, speed is just one of its biggest obstacles. So I run Quick Attack sometimes, because you don't always need, you know, 3 extra coverage moves alongside Wild Charge. But anyway, it's going to come down to here whether or not I want to just Icicle Spear, or if I want to Shell Smash and risk him having Quick Attack. I don't think that someone on Battle Spot would carry Quick Attack. I've yet to see it, but I always worry about it because I know it's a possibility since I carry it. But I'm just going to go for the Shell Smash here, and he shows off the Life Orb as he goes for the Thunder Punch. Doesn't even bring me down to my Sash, so I could have taken that, but not that it really matters. Like, I had my Focus Sash anyway, so it really was unimportant. Now I can go for my Icicle Spear, and this should probably only take about 3 hits to take out the Electivire. So Shelly the Cloyster putting in some work there, and we will see what my opponent's final Pokemon is. This battle's going by really fast, so we will definitely look for one more after this to finish off this episode. It's going to be Charizard, actually, so do I want to go for Icicle Spear? If it's Charizard X, I don't know if it's going to kill. So I'm going to go for Rock Blast because it's super effective on both Charizard forms. It is Y, so as long as I hit this, this thing is way dead in probably 2 hits. So we'll see what happens here. We will see, but I still have Snorlax in the back, so I'm pretty sure that this battle is on lockdown here, and we don't even miss the Rock Blast, so Cloyster is going to pick up the mini sweep there, as it was almost an Oko with just 1 Rock Blast, but just this little sliver of HP remained. So Charizard goes down, and that's going to be it for this battle. So that's going to bring our record up to 81, and I think 13, 14, somewhere in that range. Like I said, not positive on the loss column, but I'll try to get that correct for the next one. So that was fun. Shelly putting in some work there, and we can move on to the third battle. Because, yeah, if I was going to cut it here, it's only been about 13 or so minutes. And I would like it to be between 15 and 25 in that range. That's like the optimal range that I like for these videos. 15 is a little bit on the short end, 25 is okay, but I don't know, somewhere in the middle is really nice. So we have Dan from the United States, from Maryland. It's great to see a fellow American on here. You don't see them very often. So he's got a pretty cool team, I guess. He's got a very fat team. Wow, this team is super fat. Registeel, Swampert, Jellicent, and Uxie are all just crazy fat. Azumarill often doesn't go down in 1 hit, and then he's got the Volcarona, which looks like one of 2 or 3 offensive Pokemon on this team. I don't know if I have anything to kill Uxie. Like, if he brings that, I think I just lose. Because, I mean, I can't Oko it, but I guess Ninjask can wear it down a little bit with some U-turn action. But Ninjask does absolutely nothing to the rest of his team. Gets demolished by Volcarona. Aqua Jet might just Oko from Azumarill even without a boost. I don't know. If it's Choice Banded, it might. It just might. And he's got a lot of U-turn resist. And I don't really like that because Ninjask's most spammable move is U-turn. So I think I'm going to lead off with the Medicham here. Because, do I want to do that? Yeah, I want to bring Snorlax because that can handle the Volcarona. Actually, Medicham can handle the Volcarona if he leads off with that, and that's one of the only reasons why I really want to lead with Medicham. I feel like it's going to be Volcarona or the Registeel leading things off, and Medicham can handle both of those. And if he leads off with Registeel, he'll probably switch. If he leads off with Volcarona, he might let me get off some Fake Out damage, and that plus a Psycho Cut will probably be enough. Delphox, though. Do I want to keep Delphox? Delphox also handles the Registeel. See, if I bring Snorlax, though, I have nothing to handle that Azumarill. So I'm going to bring the Cofagrigus instead, just because it can take a hit and either burn it or dish out some damage. Because otherwise, if he has the Azumarill, I'll just straight up lose. It, 3-0s me, and there's not really anything I can do about it. So that is the tentative outline there at Team Preview. We'll see if that does us any good, as he is, in fact, going to lead off with the Volcarona. It's a shiny Volcarona. I don't know how I feel about the shiny Volcarona. I think I like the regular one better because of the red. But, I don't know, I'm partial to anything red. I really like red. It's just my thing, I guess. So we're going to Mega Evolve, and we're going to hit this thing with a Fake Out, which I'm thinking is probably going to do like 25 to 30%, because Volcarona doesn't have a lot of physical defense here. So we'll see. Actually, that does a little bit more. That does more like 40%. So, yeah, that's not even stab. That's a base 40 power non-stab move. So Psycho Cut most definitely is going to be able to take this thing out if he leaves it in. And he does leave it in, which is kind of surprising. Kind of surprising indeed. But I'm not going to complain about having Volcarona out of the way. That is for sure. That is for sure. So we will see what his answer to Medicham is. And it's going to be Swampert. This thing has the potential to sweep my team if it can get some rain up. That is assuming that it's Mega, of course. It's possible that it's just not Mega. Trying to think what else on his team could have been a Mega Evolution. I think Swampert was the only one. Wait, he didn't have a Venusaur right now. That was not this battle. I'm getting confused between different battles. So I don't want to switch in Delphox, but Delphox is the only thing I have that can Oko this thing. I could go right into Cofagrigus too, or I could substitute, predicting him to want to set up a Rain Dance, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to substitute, not necessarily predicting the Rain Dance specifically, but just kind of to get an idea of how he's going to play this Swampert so I can play around it here, because it is very dangerous. So, substitute it is, and he's just going to go straight for the Earthquake. So that is his most powerful move, and that might mean that he doesn't have Rain Dance, and if he doesn't, that is fantastic. Now, if he doesn't have Rain Dance, what would his other coverage moves be? Would it be anything that can hit a Ghost type? Probably not. He's probably got Waterfall, Earthquake, Ice Punch, and something else. I don't know what that other move would be. For 3v3, probably not Stealth Rock, although some people run Stealth Rock. It's usually like on Hippowdon or something, or Skarmory. But anyway, I'm going to go into Cofagrigus here. We take that Earthquake relatively well. He has no Volcarona to switch in, and so I'm just going to fire off a Will-O-Wisp, as my opponent is going to go into his Registeel. And thankfully we do connect on the Willow, so this thing is burned, which is nice, because any kind of residual damage on a Registeel very much so helps. It's pretty hard to wear down otherwise. Well, that's not true, because it doesn't have recovery, but it has a good typing. That's what I was trying to say. And actually he's going to go for the Flash Cannon here. That does a decent amount. Is that offensive Registeel? That's ridiculously cool if it is. I'm going to get hurt by the Rocky Helmet. Okay. Rocky Helmet with Flash Cannon. I mean, I guess, to be fair, that's one of his better stab moves on the special side. Does he have the same attack as special attack? Because everyone just runs Iron Head. I'm going to check that right now. Let's see. Registeel. Yeah, he has 75 attack and 75 special attack, so it's basically like running Iron Head just on the special side. So there we go. So we got rid of his Rocky Helmet. He has a couple turns of burn, and so I don't even think we needed that extra turn, but I needed to get a safe switch into Medicham here, which we did successfully, and now we can just fire off a Drain Punch to kill this thing. I could substitute here to see if he wants to do something silly, like try to T-Wave me. I don't think he'll try to do that because I already showed off the substitute. But yeah, we'll just Drain Punch. We'll get all of that HP back from the first substitute. And that might actually put us in a range where Swampert may not be able to kill us with an Earthquake. It could be a situation where it's a damage roll, because Medicham is not really that bulky. and Swampert is pretty powerful, so I would say that this is probably a damage roll. I don't want to switch in Delphox, though, because that's my win condition here. I'm going to substitute again to see if he is going to try to set up the rain now. We will see. No, he's just going to continue to go for Earthquake. I mean, he didn't see what my last Pokemon was, so I guess he thinks that maybe he can win doing that. But I'm just going to go for a Drain Punch, get that HP right back, and force him to most likely either get a crit or a high damage roll to be able to take me out. And that does so much damage. That did almost 80%. That's craziness. Man, high jump kick would have been an Oko there. And he does just go for the EQ, and Medicham is going to survive with 17 HP. It looks like that was indeed a damage roll, unless that just happened to be a high roll. I don't really know. I'm not familiar with my Swampert on Mega Medicham calcs. But just going to go for a Psycho Cut to finish things off. We get a meaningless critical hit. Down goes the Mega Swampert, and that is a third victory for us today. Brings our record up to 81 wins, and insert losses here. I think it's somewhere between 13 and 15. I really don't know. But yeah, that's going to be it for this time, guys. I hope you enjoyed. We have 2 more episodes with this team, so I'm hoping that we can see, I don't know, maybe Ninjask pick up some more kills. I love using this Delphox set, so maybe we can see that put in some more work. And of course, Mega Medicham also. And that's pretty much it. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you're leaving a like, rating, or a comment, or whatever you would like to do, of course, and I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.